if you only wear sunscreen in the summer and in the winter you raw dog this, no judgment, okay, maybe just a little bit, but if you care about aging, fine lines, pigmentation, acne, rosacea, and all the skin goals, this video may be mandatory for you to watch. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with me. My name is Deanna and I'm your SD with the bestie. Today, we're going to be talking about winter versus summer sun damage, why sunscreen is not optional in the winter, and it's not a seasonal thing, and why mineral sunscreen beats chemical sunscreen every single time. Grab your drinks, ladies, and let's fix this. Let's start with the biggest lie in skincare history. I do not need sunscreen in the winter. They're lies, falsely advertised, and so wrong, okay? The truth is that UVA rays are present 365 days a year. What is that? Every single day, okay? UVAs causes aging, pigmentation, and collagen breakdown. And what is collagen? Let me remind you, it is the foundation to glowy, youthful, plumped, voluminous skin. And the snow, it reflects 80% of UV rays. Clouds, they're cute, but they're useless against UVAs, okay? Winter sun, it's sneaky. You won't feel like it's burning you like you do in the summertime, but your collagen absolutely feels like it's disappearing. So if you're not wearing sunscreen because it's cold outside, you're aging faster than you think and quietly. And we're not all for that here. I'm gonna break this down like the professional I am for you. Summer sun damage, it usually begins with UVBs because that's the burning sensation you feel in the summertime, right? And burning, the redness, it starts to increase inflammation. So more inflammation is the redness, that's where you start. Pigmentation flares, so you're gonna see all the melanin being more active. Everyone has the same amount of melanin, it just depends on how active it is. And it's more active in the summer with the UVs being on your skin. So that's how it causes that flare up of pigmentation. Then heat and sweat, it breaks down sunscreen a lot faster, and that's when people start to remember sunscreen. Ding 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 ding. Some skin damage from in the winter, let's start with the sun. The UVAs, they penetrate into the dermis layer, which causes collagen and elastin damage. We have barrier disruption from cold airs and wind when it's like really icy cold and it just hits our skin, and that's going to break it and start to cause damage here. And you can see all the broken capillaries when it's so sensitive. And then we also have the heat when we're turning up the heat in the house and we're turning it up in the car, that causes dehydration and sensitivity. So winter damage isn't loud, but it does show up later as loss in firmness, fine lines and wrinkles, uneven skin tone. And then we ask, why does our skin look so tired? Well, now you know. Let's start with chemical sunscreens because it is one of the most popular sunscreens out there, and let me tell you why. Because it's lightweight, it's invisible, it doesn't cause that white cast on our skin like a mineral sunscreen would. However, let's talk about how it actually works. So chemical sunscreens, when we apply it, it absorbs that UV ray and it converts it to heat. Then it releases that heat into our skin. So what does it do for our skin? Well, it causes more inflammation because it's heated up. It's more irritating because it's, again, inflamed and heated, right? People with acne, rosacea, melasma, and sensitive skin, this is what is going to cause the flare-ups even more. And majority of people don't know this, but it takes at least 20 to 30 minutes for it to activate. So you have to apply it 20 to 30 minutes prior to going out into the sun for it to work. So here's the thing. If you have compromised skin, which, let's be real, people in Alberta, majority of people do have that because it's so dry here. And chemical sunscreens can actually make it worse, especially in the winter because it's already so dry and our skin's just dehydrated and it's telling you something. Now let's talk about mineral sunscreen, aka the grown-up sunscreen. It is a physical form of sunscreen that uses zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. So how it works is it sits on top of our skin and it reflects and scatters all the UV rays. It's anti-inflammatory, it works immediately, and it doesn't heat up. It also creates a physical form barrier for your skin, which helps protect against the winter sun. So mineral sunscreen is ideal for people with acne, rosacea, pigmentation, post-treatment care, so post-needling, post-peel, and it's pregnancy safe and also protects you from the winter winds and airs. So this is why I actually recommend mineral sunscreen in my treatment room, because not only does it protect, but it treats. Winter skin is already fighting for its life. You got dehydration, compromised barrier, increased sensitivity, and slower healing. And you want to add chemical sunscreen on top of that? That's like putting hot sauce on a sunburn. Mineral sunscreen helps protect without irritation, calms inflammation, prevents collagen loss, and also layers beautifully over moisturizer. It is also a very beautiful primer for makeup application. So think of mineral sunscreen as a winter jacket for like your skin barrier. It's amazing. So how to apply sunscreen properly, and yes, application matters. Every morning after your skincare routine, so the last thing should be on would be sunscreen. I try to put like a quarter size on the back of my hand. Some people use the 2-finger method for your face and neck. Of course, pulling it down to your neck because you need to protect your neck as well, because that can get exposed. Reapplying every 2 to 3 hours. And if you are indoors, okay, here's the thing. If you're sitting by a window, you are not protected from the sun, okay? Those windows, they are not UV ray protection, okay? Sunscreen is. And also, I use sunscreen as a physical form of protection between my clean skin and clean product application and the external world environment, dirt and debris that can get into my pores and cause clogging and acne. So not only is it an acne prevention, but it also is a physical barrier for your skin to protect you from everything. And reapplying is key. So sunscreen is not an optional skincare, it is a preventative treatment for the ultimate anti-aging. So if you want to look youthful, sunscreen is your best bet, okay, girly? If you're spending money on facial serums, peels, and treatments, but you're not applying sunscreen, girly, you're throwing money down the drain, and your investment, it's out the door already. In my clinic, we protect first and correct second, because luxury skincare starts with discipline and consistency, not TikTok trends. If this video was very educational and knowledgeable, give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you use sunscreen in the winter, because it's so important, that I know. And share this with a friend that still thinks winter skincare is optional. Tell them you're welcome. And subscribe for more, because every Tuesday we drop new videos on tips, tricks, and new experiences on all things aesthetics and how to get the best glowing skin of your life. Don't forget, skincare is self-care and science is sexy. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.